Jai Hind children. Today we will be starting a new chapter, that is judiciary in civics, and this is going to be chapter number 5. So the basic learning objective behind this chapter is we will understand how the judiciary functions, what are its main roles, and what is its significance in India. So let us start. If we see in the book, it starts that in India we have a rule of law. It means that law apply equally to all the persons, and that a certain level of fixed procedures need to be followed when a law is being violated. This we have done in the previous chapter also, understanding laws. And to enforce these laws, we have a judicial system, that is a system of courts that consists of it's already written mechanism of courts that the citizen can approach when a law is being violated. As an organ of the state, the judiciary plays a very crucial role in the functioning of India's democracy. Why? Because India is a very big country with diverse people, diverse culture, and it can happen at times, numerous times maybe, that there is a clash of interest between two groups or two people. So the role of the judiciary here is very important, and it always acts with a set of mind that justice should prevail. And India, so in India, it can play this role only because it is independent. So if the judiciary was under any organ or if any ministry controlled it, it would not be able to do justice because it would always take their favor. So in India, it has been made that judiciary is independent. It is under nobody's control. Now, what is the role of judiciary? The role of judiciary is that the courts take the decisions on large number of matters or issues. So, if there is any matter where a person has gone to the court will take decision on that. They can decide that no teacher can beat a student. This is just an issue, or about the sharing of water dispute. This water dispute we have done in class 6 also in civics. Or they can punish people for any particular crime. So the work of the judiciary can be divided into the following. Let us see what is the work of the judiciary. First is dispute resolution. The name itself is telling you that if there is any dispute between people, between states or between organs, it has to be resolved by the judiciary. The second is judicial review. Review means it believes that the basic justice should be prevailed first, and that the constitution, whatever the constitution says, that has to be abided. Third, upholding the law and enforcing the fundamental rights. So if the law has to prevail in all the matters and people's fundamental rights, basic rights which are there to the people, that should not be violated, and if it is violated, judiciary has to take care of that. Now let us study in detail. What is dispute resolution? The judicial system provides a mechanism for resolving the disputes between citizens and the government, between two state governments, and between the center and the state government. So if there is any dispute between any of these citizen and the government, two states and so on, that is being resolved by the judiciary. Judicial review, as the final interpreter of the constitution, the judiciary also has the power to strike down a particular law passed by the parliament if it believes that that law is a violation of the basic structure of the constitution. So the final decision is taken by the judiciary that any law is unconstitutional or not, and if it is that is removed. So this is called as judicial review. And the third is upholding the fundamental rights, which I have already told you, that any citizen can approach the Supreme Court or the High Court he wishes, and if he believes that his fundamental rights have been violated. Now, why do we need an independent judiciary? I have already told you that India being a big country, until and unless we have an organ which is independent of any foreign control or of any ministry, it will not be able to function properly. Because it can take sides of that particular whoever the head is. So when the constitution was being made, it was made clear that when the judiciary will be formed, it will be free and so that justice prevails in India. So imagine a situation, the book says, in which a powerful politician has encroached on land belonging of your family. Within the judicial system, the politician has the power to appoint and dismiss a judge from his office. And when you take this case to the court, the judge is clearly partial to that politician. Now, the control that the politician holds over the judge does not allow for the judge to take an independent decision. Here, this lack of independence would force the judge to make all the judgments in favor of the politician, which I have already told you. Although we often hear of rich and powerful people in India trying to influence the judicial process, the Indian constitution always protects any kind of situation against this kind of situation by providing for the independence of the judiciary. So it is saying that a person, rich or poor, however, if he does any crime or if he has committed any, if he has violated any law or any thing which has been passed by the government, and if the court finds that the person is guilty, he will be punished. There have been number of cases you can see in the news channels also. People who are wealthy, people who have a strong control, they too get punished. Why? Because the judiciary is independent. So if you see the slide, it is written, the Indian Constitution protects the citizens against the influence of the rich and the powerful people. This is by because of the separation of powers. I told you separation of powers means nobody, the executive is separate, the legislature is separate, and the judiciary also is a separate branch. It means that the other branches of the state, like the legislature and the judiciary, they cannot get into the working of the judiciary. And the courts are not under the government and they do not act on their behalf. And the courts are not under the government, this I've already told you. The Supreme Court and the High Court judges are appointed with very little interference with other branches of the government. That is an independent thing. Once appointed, it is very difficult to remove the judges. So no outside force can work to remove the judges. It is the dependence of the judiciary that allows the court to play a central role in ensuring that there is no misuse of power by the legislature and the executive. So if the legislature and the executive had a control over the judiciary, it would have been possible that power was misused. It also plays a crucial role in protecting the fundamental rights of the citizens because anyone can approach the court if he believes that the right has been violated. So this is for the first module. We will discuss the doubts in the live class. Thank you.